Hi folks, Merlin here, bringing you another quick unboxing from my upstairs hobby room. So this time around we're going to be taking a look at something I picked up mainly for the awesome alternate model you get with it. So I picked up from WH Smith the other day the Get Started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And yeah, it comes with 2 models and an introduction booklet. So we get a awesome Stormcast Liberator, and we also get a nice exclusive Skaven Clawleader with a kind of a spear halberd type thing. Really cool, nice alternate leader for your clan rats. Before we take a look at that, don't forget to, of course, like the video if you are enjoying my Age of Sigmar content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And, of course, drop me a comment down below which is your chosen faction for Age of Sigmar 4th edition. Of course, mine's going to be the rats. Yes, yes. Right, let's take a look at this little introductory booklet. So here we have the introductory booklet. So we have Get Started with Age of Sigmar. We get 2 exclusive models, no tools or glue required, we just push them off and build them. And on the back we got what we can find inside. So we'll build our new models. We read about the factions and a little bit about Mortal Realms. You have a nice little paint guide on how to bring your models to life using very few paints. I think there's like 5 or 6 paints each. And yeah, we have our next steps, so find out what you need to do to begin your Age of Sigmar journey in full. So price-wise, this is £12.50. A little pricey, I must admit, but 2 exclusive models you can't get anywhere else. Pretty cool, plus a nice introductory booklet. So without further ado, let's open them up and take everything out. So nice little peeling off section, and there's everything inside. So completely plastic free packaging, which is nice little cardboard box here. So open that and we have our models. So yeah, all in one frame. And these are the twist off models. So little arrows where you push to pressure it off the model, the frame. And yeah, so not too many components each model. Your choice of heads for your Liberator Prime. So you got the cool unhelmeted head option or the helmeted head option there. No options for the clan rat. It's just 1, 2, and the base, and you're done. Yeah, some nice detail there for the Stormcast. So let's adjust the camera and we'll have a look in our book. So here we go, let's take a look at the Get Started with Age of Sigmar. So there's a lot to go through. We have 77 pages, so pretty in-depth book. So we learn about all the different factions. So Stormcast, Skaven, yeah, I won't read all of them, but we got all the different factions from the Mortal Realms. We've got the build guides for our models, of course, and a little paint guide at the back there. So we got a welcome to Age of Sigmar and what the game pretty much entails. So what is the hobby of Warhammer? So you collect and build, you paint and you play. Got a picture at the bottom there of 2 spearhead forces. So that's slightly more than spearhead because we don't have the Jails or the Rattling Blaster in the spearhead force. It's just clan rats, Rat Ogres, Clawlord, and 2 characters. So whether that's going to change in the near future, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, so a little bit more information about what the Mortal Realms is. I'll zoom out a little bit. There we go. So we can build our models. Let's actually do that just to give this video something. So we'll start by pushing out our components. So push down like so, and then twist component off there. And we need to, where do we actually have to push on here? There. So push there and twist off. And finally the base, so push there, twist off. So we take part 10 and 9 and we simply push post on the inside there into the hole there. And pushing till it's fully firm together. A little bit of gap there because of the sprue. I can clean it up on my own time. Then we got our base, so we push the bit with the wood into that hole there, and his foot, there's a post, goes into that hole. Cool, rather tight fit. Hang on. Put the foot in first. Cool. Actually, that is not going to go in. That is a really tight fit, and it's bending the foot. So I'm going to leave it at that. So moving on to our Stormcast then. So we start with part 1, which is the back torso. Part 2, the hammer. Push there and twist. So we push the post on the little tab there into the hole in the back. Like so. Next we've got a choice, either part 4 or 5. I am a sucker for a bear head and a rather cool epic wind swept hairdo as well. So clip that piece out, and it needs to rest just in there, as we now need to push out part 3. So we line up the post on the bottom of the head with the hole there, push that in, and post on the back part of the torso with the hole on the front part of the torso, and there we go. 2 pieces left, well 3 because we need a base. So the arm for his shield, part 8, the shield itself, and of course the base. So I'll push those out, and we can start assembling. So the arm simply goes onto the post like so. And we got a post plus a little groove on the back of the shield, which lines up with a nub on his hand and the hole on the back of the forearm there. That pushes in like so. And we got 2 holes on the base, 2 posts on his feet. And just like with the Skaven, we line those up and we push gently down. Cool. These are really stiff holes, so not the idealist of holes. A little tight, you can't get your full assembly. I'll be taking these to pieces anyway, giving them a clean up with my toolkit and gluing them together before giving them a bit of paint. But yeah, so not too bad for your first models. Some rather nice, unique posed models. And at the bottom here, we see a nice example of them painted. So we've got the classic Hammers of Sigmar and the Clans of Verminous colour scheme there for the Skaven. Beautiful action shot there of 2 armies in combat. So we got the awesome Hallowed Knights of the Stormcast Eternals facing off against the various clans of Skaven, with their awesome weapon teams, rat ogres, storm fiends, loads of clan rats, and of course some vile technology. An introductory to all the different factions next. So Stormcast, different sub-factions, so the Hammers of Sigmar, Then we got the Skaven there, facing off against the Kharadron Overlords. What the different clans break down as. So Skaven Society is composed of different clans. The Verminous Menace, so the Great Horned Rat, the god of the Skaven, has just reached the Pantheon of Chaos, giving it 5 gods. Nice, beautiful shot there of a Cities of Sigmar army facing off against some Demons of Tzeentch, which leads us into the Cities of Sigmar. Daughters of Cain, half-elf worshippers of a lost god of murder. The Fire Slayers, so pretty much bare-naked dwarves riding giant dragons. The Idenef Deepkin, soulless elves, a failed experiment to create the ultimate life form. Nice double-page shot of the Kharadron Overlords facing off against the Flesh Eater Courts. So really cool shots there. We've got the Kharadron Overlords. So these guys are broken down into different sky fleets and sky ports. The Lumineth Realm Lords, the final perfect form of the elves. A nice wide shot there of the Seraphon, the lizardmen from a different world, before you're introduced to them. Sylvaneth, one of my favourite of the elven factions. So these are half elven spirits, pretty much bestowed onto a tree construct, and their goddess Alariel rides a giant stag beetle there and pretty much creates new life. Moving on, we're into the Factions of Chaos. So we've got a beautiful big double page spread of the Warriors of Chaos there, the Slaves of Darkness. And then we got Blades of Khorne, which are the demons and mortal followers of the blood god Khorne, followed by Disciples of Tzeentch, mortal and demonic followers of the Changer of Ways, Maggotkin and Nurgle, again demonic and mortal followers of the god of Plagues, and finally Headknights of Slaanesh, demonic and mortal followers of the god of Excess. Moving on to some death factions, so we got a beautiful double page spread of the Soulblight Gravelords and Nagash, the Master of Undeath. So introduced to the Soulblight Gravelords, vampires and their undead allies. Ossiarch Bone Reapers, living constructs of bone. Night Haunts, murderous spirits with restless torment. My personal favourite, the Cannibal and Delusional Flesh Eater Courts. They believe themselves to be rightful and glorious knights on a crusade, when actually they just like to eat their next door neighbour. And we've got a nice double page spread there of them. Sadly, the best model in the Flesh Eater Courts is ruined by the spine there. You've got Usheron, the Mortarch of Delusion, and new big centerpiece model. That is a real shame that he's kind of squat in between the middle of 2 pages. Moving on, we've got Gloomspike Gits, so the greenskins, and these are the tiny ones. The Ogre Moor Tribes. The Auric War Clans, which are broken down into the Cruel Boys and then the Iron Jaws. The Sons of Behemat, which are literal walking giants. And we see Iron Jaws and Sons of Behemat facing off against a combined force of Cities of Sigmar, Kharadron Overlords, Sylvaneth, and even Stormcast Eternals there. Yeah, real nice depiction of what a combo army can look like. And then finally we're reaching the end of the book, so all about painting. So the paints you'll need, so these are ones ideal for painting the models up to a basic standard. You can get these in the starter sets, which is pretty easy, or you can pick them up on their own, and you'll just want a basic sort of brush. So teaching you the fundamentals of the equipment you need, basically your paint pots. You got the little lid with a well where you will have some of the paint once you shake the pot. How to handle your brush and the different components of a brush. Getting your first lot of paint, putting it into a palette, filling it with a bit of water, washing your brush off afterwards is a good top tip, and then loading your brush up with the paint from the palette. Clean your brush after you have finished each colour. And then we got a little stage by stage guide. So you want to get 3 coats of Retributor armour all over our Stormcast model. Steel Legion drab over the base and any leather details. Lead Belcher for his skirt there, as well as the hammerhead. And then Kantor blue to paint the shoulder pads on the back field of the shield. Finally, corn red then is used to pick out the grip on the weapon, as well as any gems, and rack off flesh to pick out what should be white areas. And yeah, there we have a pretty basic painted model. For our Skaven, we start with 3 coats of rack off flesh all over, picking out cloth for corn red, shield and his base detail with steel legion drab, his armor detail with lead belcher, and that's pretty much it. There's not a lot to do with the Skaven, they are pretty simplistic. You can add extra colours for stuff like the belts and pouches that are around his waist. And yeah, maybe different colours for the wood and straps, and add some bronzes and brasses as well, which Skaven are a fan of. So next steps, we have your introductory starter set, which gives you 20 push fit clan rats, 5 push fit liberators, 6 dice, a range ruler, a mini mat, and 6 paints to get you started, plus a paintbrush. After that, you have a starter set, 2 near complete forces. So we get the Stormcast Eternals with the Lord. I keep forgetting the name. Does it say? I don't think it says. No. Yeah, we get a cool character for Stormcast. We get the Prosecutors, Liberators. Then we get Grey Seer, Clan Rats, Warlock Engineer. So 2 units of 10 Clan Rats and 3 Rat Ogres. 2 Range Rulers this time. 10 dice and a paper mat. But if you want to go for the full package, get the ultimate starter set, which comes with terrain, a hardboard mat, 2 range rulers, although it looks like 3 because it's overlapping. You get all your cards. You even get a little plastic range ruler as well. You add 2 characters, so you get a Clawlord and a Lord Celestant, I think it is. And yeah, you get the Spearhead, Fire and Jade book as well. Plus, like I said, the full hardboard battle mat to fight over. If you're interested, let me know. I might be planning to do a Get Started series using this, if the interest is out there for that sort of thing. Let me know in the comment section down below. Finally then, we got some next steps. We got some awesome full army shots there of Skaven versus Stormcast. And yeah, even some new models that are coming out very soon. We've got the awesome mutation abominant thing, and we've got the Lord Zephyros or Knight Azeroth there as well. And yeah, so building and painting. So a good thing to pick up is the tool set, which comes with a huge bunch of paints, enough to give your entire army every colour it needs, plus a toolkit to get you started. The Stormcast paint set comes with 6 paints to paint Stormcast, starter brush, and 3 Stormcast models. And the Skaven paint set does the same, but 5 Skaven, 6 paints, and a brush. Then we got a breakdown of the different areas we want to paint. We even add stuff such as a shade here in the form of Agrax Earth Shade and Astro Granite as a texture base paint. And one thing you can do is colours you don't get in this set, but you do in this set, you can add to the models from this set, which is pretty cool. And it even shows to use some extra colours such as Bugman's Glow for flesh. And then gives you a rundown of what to collect for a Stormcast army. So this is actually the full what you get in the Skaventide starter set. So 2 units of 5 Liberators, the Reclusians, the Lord Terminus, the Knight... That's the Knight Questor. That is the Knight Arcanum, I think. The new version of Knight Arcanum. Prosecutors and the Lord Veritant on his Griff Charge there. Does it actually say? Lord Vigilant, that's what she is. Yeah. Then for Skaven, you get Grey Seer, Clawlord, Jezzails, the Rattling Warp Blaster, the Engineer, 20 Clan Rats, 3 Rat Ogres. More than you need for a seething horde of filthy ratmen. Finally then, this is only the beginning. You can go, if you like, you've got feedback on this magazine, scan the code here. Go to Warhammer Age of Sigmar for more information. And of course, check the Warhammer website for full model ranges. Right, there we have it. I'll bring everything back in, give you my final thoughts on this magazine. So, there we have the Get Started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar magazine. So, a really nice magazine, gets you a rundown on all the different factions, what the game entails, the different sides of the hobby, plus you actually get some starting models. One gripe I do have is the pegs are a little tight for the holes they have to go into, and as you can see, I'm actually putting some strain on the foot of my clan rat leader there, so just be careful. But yeah, I'll get my hobby knife, scrape off some of the plastic and make the fit a little easier. So yeah, really nice little model. It'll be a nice leader for one of my units of clan rats. And again, we've got the same sort of problem with the Liberator Prime here, but other than that, he is a awesome model. Nice pose, hammer raised, shield ready to bash, and an awesome flowing, such lovely flowing locks, as King Fergus said. But yeah, nice introductory magazine. The price, £12.50, kind of pricey, but I don't know, gives you a good hour or so worth of reading at least. Plenty of information to go back to and read over again. Lovely displays of certain factions. A little sad that some of them, they've not very well placed the images, and some of the best models for factions are sandwiched in the center of the book. Not the best of thinking out for that. The models are pretty cool though. Nice that they twist off the frame and just push together, so perfect for beginners. Yeah, other than that, it's a sort of nice introductory sort of thing. Pocket money gift, I suppose, for somebody wanting to get into the hobby. You're not spending too much, you are getting your first models, and you are learning a little bit more about the game and the lore, which is pretty cool. So out of 5, I think a 4 out of 5. It's going to lose a point. For the price, it is a little too much. I mean, these books used to be £10. That was pretty good. I still have the 40k 9th edition ones somewhere under my table. That was £10. Got you a Space Marine Intercessor and a Necron Warrior. That was a lot better than this one, I think, for a little bit more, sadly. The models, as I said, they're good models. It's just some of those plastic posts and holes don't match up very well. So, yeah, can be damaging to the models if you're not careful. All in all, though, I think it's a great introductory piece for anyone looking at getting into the hobby. So, with that said, thank you all very much for watching. If you'd like to see a Get Started series using the Ultimate Starter Set, drop me a comment down below and let me know if you would be up for that. I'm still working on a Get Started series for 40k 10th edition. So once that's done, I'll be looking at the next system I'm going to be doing a series for. With the upcoming release of the new edition of Lord of the Rings, I'm potentially going to be digging out my Pelennor Fields and maybe doing that one at long last. Who knows? But yeah, thank you all very much for watching again, and until next time, stay safe and happy hobbying. Goodbye.